What's going on? We live. Let's let people build on here.
What's going on?
Let people jump on here.
We're a few minutes late. Trying to get our stuff
You a few
in
minutes
order. No,
You late.
you're a few minutes late.
I'm early. I was trying to be
Few
early.
minutes late. Few
I was trying to be early.
minutes late. Today was a busy day.
It was.
We had a lot on the agenda, on the plan. So today
Waiting
was
for
a
y'all to
busy
jump
day.
on here. Waiting for y'all to jump on here.
We got a lot to talk about.
Snapper.
Hey, what's going on? Where you at in the building? Where y'all at?
Snapper got the whole what do you have when the first day you go in the homeroom they give you? It's like a syllabus. Yeah, a syllabus. What's going on?
That's
What's
right.
going on?
What's going on, guys?
Y'all know how we do it, man. It is Friday. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Is this my old people, some new people? Who's jumping on here? I see eyes.
While y'all coming in, y'all see the plaque back there on the wall. Yay!
I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a little fuzzy based on how I have the camera at this moment,
They
but
know what that silver thing back there is
Right.
in the wall, man.
What's-
We just want to say thank
what's
you guys
going
so
on? Thank
much
you, guys.
for helping us get to this milestone as we continue
So
to
much to
grow
talk about.
and share and learn from you guys too. It's just such a great thing. So many great things in store. Man, I have put so much. The after hour
East
spot.
Orange in Jersey. Shout out
Let's
to Jersey.
go.
That's where all my
East Coast in the
that's where my
building.
dad and all my family from on my dad's side is from Jersey. They're from Linden, New Jersey.
I visited Jersey. It was nice. It was freezing cold. I mean, I don't know where else will top the end.
Hughes,
why that
H-Town,
East
oh,
State,
Kansas City.
the East Coast during New York, New Jersey during the wintertime. But it was cold. It was so pretty though during Christmas.
Kansas
Kansas
City, Houston,
City.
H-Town, baby. What's going on?
H-Town,
Yes,
what's
sir,
going
baby.
on? Going on.
Man, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all know we are tuned in from Inland Empire, California. So we're outskirts California, which is SoCal. So
Hey,
we're Southern California.
Is
We're
that Karen?
Atlanta natives right here calling from messaging you and talking to you from California. So we got Karen. She said Cali here. Which part of Cali?
Karen, okay.
Karen, what part of Cali? Peace and grats from
Seattle.
Seattle.
What's going
Not
on?
Clayton Bigsby.
What's going on? Clay Big
White power.
It's 7:04. What's up?
Clayton
All right, we
Bigsby.
see
Let's
y'all
go.
coming in from around
Come
the
on in.
US
Come
of
on,
A.
jump in here. Sometimes we don't really know how many people fully on stream are on the live with us. We look at a number counter here, but we starting to learn that it's a lot more of family members are on here, which is y'all, than we know. We don't know until we end the recording that how many people truly came on to have a chat with us. What's going on? What's going on? Where you from? Where you from? Where you calling from? Where are you currently? Tifton, Georgia. What's up, Tifton?
Woo, GA.
I always go
What's
through
up?
Tifton when I'm going to Pelham or Cairo or Camilla. Tifton, you got to pass through Tifton to get down to that Georgia Florida Parkway. Ohio. If you still haven't forgotten Biden from the chemical spill, we still mad at y'all. Mad at y'all. Patterson. Is that Patterson? Oh, okay, Patterson. Okay, yeah. You ain't Patterson Inland Empire? God bless you. Pixley, California. Black Power. Where's Pixley? Is that Northern or Southern Cal? Northeast Ohio, man. What's going on? What's going on, Ohio? We got several Ohio folks in here today. Yup. Let's go. We got a few things we want to cover, man. I just, honestly, I put up on the community board things I want to talk about, but it's starting to be like between all the stuff that's going on right now, it's a lot more things that, we want to chat about. And it's a lot going on right now. You hear me? It's a lot going on.
I'm just writing my last few little notes, y'all, and I am
Tennessee.
ready to rock.
Ain't
and
nothing like
roll.
pretty Tennessee, man. I love Tennessee.
It's
Okay, that's
mountainous,
Northern
too.
California. Okay.
Okay.
Pennsylvania. Paul from Pennsylvania. Paul. Let's go. From North Carolina.
Kentucky,
Yahweh.
Louisville.
Yahweh Rod.
Let's
I've
go.
seen your name before in the past. Blessing from the North Carolina. Lawrence Cole said, I don't think America's doomed. We as a nation need to stand together. Black, white, brown. We need to unite together.
That's right.
We can't be beaten. We are
Amen.
Americans. That's right. Love from Michigan. Fresno. Let's cover the Biden and the cocaine. Is it linked?
Okay, that's one of the hot topics for the night.
Cocaine.
So let's go ahead and jump this thing off. We started a
Let's
little
jump
bit
on.
late, guys. We were just making sure we got everything situated, but
Central
we are
Texas.
ready to
What's
go.
going on?
So
What's going on, Oklahoma? What's up, Vegas?
that's the first item on the agenda, is to talk about the Judiciary Oversight Committee. And many news channels, other YouTube channels, we have all been covering this. It is very, very hot, important. So there were so many citations that were brought out.
Yeah.
So they were talking about the federal government, how it was certain things were suppressed by Americans. And I have about 6 or 7 things on here. So let's dive in.
Okay.
The First Amendment, free speech rights. Opposition to, the little thing here.
Yeah. Yeah. That Fauci ouchie.
The validity of 2020 election. Statements that Hunter Biden laptop was true, and opposition to
Thank you, Carol.
policies of government officials in power. All were suppressed. So this was one of the first things that the chairman was talking about, how this is why we are gathered here today for opposition to the American people, and these were some of the things.
Hold on,
that
because
we
you going in,
were
you going in
opposed.
deep, you going in deep. So you just explain to them again, for the people that are just coming in, what is this particular about? See, you could say the jury, the committee, but what is this committee about? What was going on?
You missed it.
Yeah,
Where
no,
was
no,
you at when I said all of that?
no, you're reading a booklet and looking down.
Okay, so yes, we're talking about, so the first topic is the Judiciary Oversight Committee. Many of us who've been following what's been going on, guys, you know that they have finally gotten the FBI in front of all of the the officials who
Yeah.
are on the Oversight Committee
Yeah.
have brought the FBI
Uh-huh.
under question.
Yeah.
So one of the things that they talked about first, I'm going through a list of things that they were cited about and discussed and wanted a further explanation for, which was about the federal government being suppressed. So some of the things that were suppressed, so there was opposition to us. And the first thing they said was our Americans' First Amendment free speech rights. That was one of the things that was being suppressed by the FBI, was our free speech rights. So that was first.
Okay, First Amendment.
Then they talked about the opposition to the Vicky Vic, and everything that went behind. You were forced to be made to stay in your homes. It was certain information that we
Yeah,
didn't
all
get.
that.
We weren't getting all the facts.
You could
Then-
tell she got her nails did, Captain Hook. Yeah, because she ain't doing a lot of that. The facts, y'all. The facts.
Whatever. Y'all know my
Look at
nails
these notes.
Be,
Look
y'all
how- look how I
know
read
my
my
nails
notes.
be popping when I get on here.
Look how I read my notes.
Stop it.
Go
Anyway.
ahead. Go ahead.
Don't listen to him, y'all.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Y'all are so funny. Okay, and the validity of, so anytime you want to talk about, this is like the first bullet, because I really just went back to listen and I wanted to get some key highlight things. It's
Okay.
a 5-hour interview, probably longer. We
Yeah,
know we
that thing
couldn't
was
cover
long.
it all. But some of the things that stuck out to me, I listed, and I want us to bring it up for discussion.
Yeah.
And validity of the 2020 election. You know how the stuff went down with Trump and how there were certain things that they didn't get, which brings me to the statements that Hunter Biden laptop was true, and it was opposition that they didn't want to bring that information came out too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
We needed to know this before
Yeah.
the election.
Okay. Okay.
And opposition to policies of government officials in power, all were suppressed. So these are things that the FBI suppressed,
Okay.
that we didn't have all the information we needed to be able to make accurate decisions for ourselves.
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay.
Twitter suppression. That's right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought, man, I was listening to when I was listening to it, I didn't get through the whole 5 hours of it, but when I got the pieces that really made sense, I was like, man, that's a whole bunch of bull going up in those White House, man. And I was like,
What's up? We watch YouTube. We in the building. Great to have you again.
it's so much bull crap going on.
Is there, okay, so let's stay in the
unimaginable.
bullet. Let's
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
on the
yeah.
bullet. So
Yeah,
is there
yeah.
anything you want to talk about here? You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah. I wish you would have
Mark.
summarized instead of noting all that.
Okay, well, let's move on. These are just some of the sites that the Judiciary Committee brought up to the
Okay.
FBI. So
Summarize it.
FBI's
Summarize it for the
failure
people.
to, some of the things, another point that I thought was relevant to discuss or mention. FBI's failure to alert social media companies that the Hunter Biden laptop story was real.
Yeah. It was real. They try to suppress that, and the Bidens have such an ability to wipe stuff, and they'll just stick stuff in a little bag, zip it up, and dare somebody to touch the bag. Or we're going to go ahead and we're going to ruin your life, because you remember what happened to the whistleblower. They ruined that guy's life.
Yeah, tried to.
No, this dude can't work no more. Let me tell you something, man. When you get
talking about the lawyer?
Yeah, when you.
What's up, Grumpy Stack?
When you let out, man, what's going on, Lou? We got Lou Valentino in the building, man. Shout out to Lou, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Lou Valentino, man.
One of the dopest YouTubers
we
out
always,
there, for
we always
sure.
stand that Lou stuff, man.
Yeah, he always has great content. Love informing the people. Seek truth. This is channel. Go
Lou,
and check him
thoroughbred,
out.
man. Shout out to Lou, man.
Let's go.
So we were, I forgot where I left off.
We've been talking. Okay, so that was one point, the FBI's failure. Let's talk about another point. The FBI had laptop in their possession since December 2019, and they told the media to look for hack and dump by Russians. So also they misled companies in the laptop story. So for example, they lied and kept importing information from We Are the People, from us, days before the most important election, which was, of course, the presidential election.
Correct.
So not only did they not give us everything, they held back and refused to give information, the accurate information, to your social media companies, which is how we get a lot of information. Hence Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. Need I say more?
Keep going.
I'm just like, can y'all believe this? Let's chime in.
And man, it was so bull crap, man. When they were asking him, it was like, are you silencing the social media companies? Oh, well, no, well, we can't. Well, we've always said, no, man, please, y'all do whatever y'all want to, man. The Biden and his office do what they want to do.
And my question is, they have
enough power. They have enough power to invade, to shut down. Yes, they do. I don't care what nobody says, unless you Elon. Elon, I think, is the only one that they really can't touch him like that, because he likes to do his own thing. But most of these, Zuck, man, please, they can interfere and jump on that, and do what they want to do.
They named specifically Facebook as one of the social media companies that asked about that, and they didn't come clean. They didn't come clean. Now,
it's too much dirtiness going on in the White House, man.
So there was a poll that they mentioned that was suggested that 4 out of 5 Americans feel that there is a 2-tier justice system in the United States. And he said that there was. And we do. After this, whether people wanted to see it or not, this really made it clear. So it's not just about race being a 2-tier justice system. This brought it to a whole nother level of being elitism when it comes to power. And no power. That's the 2-tier justice system. We're going to erase the race factor.
No.
That's non-existent compared to what's going on right now. It's all about you got the power or you don't have the power.
And
you got the bread or no bread.
That's all the elite people care about. The local level, the small level, the ground level of people think about race. It's power and money at the top.
Of course.
And Biden used that for his own ability, but he cared less. He cared less. It was about the power and the money to make sure his family was blessed with the $10 million. His son could snout that powder and drop little bags up in the what's the right wing or whatever, the east wing or south wing of the White House.
So we'll talk about that after this. But I felt that I really like how he was just laying it all out there on the line, hitting these major points right off the rip. He wasn't wasting no time. Something else he mentioned was the left wing treating parents as terrorists. And this, of course, has to deal with parents who are speaking up and out against what's going on in their kids' school, and they're not liking it. So here it says they created a snitch line on parents. As a result, parents got investigated by the FBI and were identified and labeled as a threat tag associated with their name, and 25 of them were being investigated because they came out and spoke against what was going on in the school. They took it a step further. So now the FBI was terrorizing them. I mean, what's going on here? We need them.
How have we come into a country? How have we come into? See, that's why you can't have the left. Thank God I'm not on the left no more on that ridiculous side, because look at the ridiculous stuff they're going through. Is this? Has this really been put into office to where it's forced now? Like when, or is are they still talking about this, or is this just like something they haven't signed off on yet, to where the children can be removed from the home if they want to, if your son want to be a little girl, and the parent don't want to affirm.
Is it an official law?
Yeah, is that official?
I
yet?
don't know if it's completely official. I know if it's one of the things that we're supposed to be up to be voted for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we definitely, man, please go vote, and do not mail a darn piece of paper in. Just take your butt right on up there to the office and vote.
But how scary is that for parents now to have to worry about their kid being in opposition with them? So if the parent is truly against this particular thing, especially changing your identity at a very young age, you have to be in fear of the kid being removed, and you don't even know what's going on.
How many people, but how many children, I'm just curious to know, like, how many children do you think really are going to go out there and do that? Like, how many are really going to be like, Gavin Newsom?
What's up, South Carolina?
Gavin Newsom, I want to be, my parents aren't affirming what I want to be.
I don't know. Corruption is what's going on. Evil, that's right.
I'll come down there, and I'll make sure I go and take the kids out of the home.
Another point that they brought up was I didn't hear about this, but this is something he brought up. So it was about a pro-life Catholic guy. Man was arrested in front of his family for defending his son. So they were praying outside of an abortion clinic, and a grown man got it in his son's face, and he did what any other father would do that defended his son. I don't know how soon or how old it was, but these are all the points that was brought up, and what the role FBI had a role in this.
Oh, okay. See, this
stuff we don't even hear about. At least I didn't hear about it.
That's why we need Trump for president and Vec for vice president. We need Vec for vice president, Trump for president, because we got to eradicate all this
Vec,
stuff.
you mean spying on a formal campaign and then Vec. Raiding on a formal presidential candidate's home.
Okay.
So these were like within the first. I just listened to him. I didn't even want to listen to the other guy because he was defending the left, even though we did. But these are just certain things that the committee brought up and were citing the FBI. And I haven't watched it to the end, and I really want to know, like, are they going to be cited? Like, what is really going to happen after this? Are they going to be cited? Are people going to lose jobs? You know, are they going to be removed from office? You know, that's from their position. That's what I want to happen.
You talking about once Trump gets in office?
Well, once this committee meets and they all decide, like, what is the fate? Because the man really isn't answering the questions formally. He keeps deviating from giving direct answers.
Why would he? He's with the Matrix. He's not going. Of course, he's not going to answer questions. And of course, he's going to keep referring them to this over here, and with this over here will not answer your questions either. Of course not. Of course not. How many things have he signed for his agents to go out there and enact that you're talking about?
Right.
He's the director.
We were, David. We were on the left.
What?
Yeah.
What did it say?
He asked, were y'all Democrats?
Yes, I love strong conservative. Yep, we were.
We were.
I think that's why when you step out of the falsity, you get real vivid with the real. Like it's real, it's live once you pick the real and step away from the fake. When you're in the fake, you're silent. But when you come to the realization that this is wrong and this is right, things get real. You hear me?
Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I just get like the first meat of what the chairman discussed, because that was such a long. We watched over an hour of that.
Okay, so you
deliberation.
You got to know something with that.
So it was so much to put down. I didn't want to jot down everything, but I also was liking how some of the Republican Judiciary Committee members were going in. They weren't wasting time. I mean, they were just saying, no, bro, you knew. And he couldn't answer a direct question. That's what kept getting me. I mean, they didn't cut no slack.
Yeah.
They were like, absolutely, this is, unheard of. So, how are we telling, our American people how to feel about this? So, if there's nothing else you guys want to discuss about this, we can move on.
So,
to the next point.
Thank God we got the internet so we can watch all this stuff going on. Because in the past, if this had happened years ago, we wouldn't have had no clue on what they were talking about, and you wouldn't have had no way to dial into this stuff to see all these details. Go ahead.
So
So
we're gonna keep following that though.
Yeah.
We have to. We got to find out what's going on and give our 2 cents about it.
So the next thing look like it's the Tucker Carlson live interview
Yes.
with Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh man, that was
Fire. Hey, shout out, man. Come on, man. Vivek for vice president. Come on.
I really
Come
feel
on.
like he'll make a good VP.
He would
with
make a
Trump.
great VP.
I'm sorry, I'm still Trump for president.
No,
I'm
no,
still-
yeah, Trump president.
yeah,
Trump
he
president,
is-
Vivek VP.
Yeah, I think that would be a great combination. Yeah,
Now-
ever since that, breakfast, he was like in the back of my mind when I went down and started doing the research. And then I was like, okay, some of the points that I read about him, how he was viewed, was very small and from the article that I was looking at. But after seeing the Breakfast Club interview
It was over.
and how she just, let's not even go in there. Y'all just check that video out
Hold
we
on.
did about that.
Cindy said, just on the side note, Cindy said, I thought about Pence on the way back when he was having that interview with Pence from Tucker Carlson. Pence looked like he get really sad when he get home and ask his wife for a hug because he had a hard day.
I don't know about all that.
But no, Vivek crushed the Breakfast Club, and I think so. People had already had eyes on Vivek, right? But when he went on the Breakfast Club, he went on that network that's appeals to more of a hip hop left culture, and he went in and said his stance. That brought a lot of love and traffic to him. And that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, this man does need to be the VP because you know why? Because Trump knows how it goes. He's going to say it like it is, and he's going to make sure he do these deals and get it done. Vivek going to speak to the young crowd, to the younger crowd, the crowd that's normally might not have gone for Trump. That they gonna be like, but I'm gonna listen to this dude. I'm gonna listen. This is a young dude.
Right.
So so if they came up and they came together, I think they would make a great combination.
Exactly.
And do you think do you think once the race ends, Trump becomes president, do you think Vivek would accept the offer? Do you think Trump would even offer it to him?
I don't know. But what I'm realizing and what I'm noticing is that more
Sherry
young
said nope. She said Carrie. I think Carrie be dope, but I'm telling you need to get Vivek in there because he's gonna make sure. I'm telling you, it's gonna be locked and loaded, man. You get Vivek in there running VP for Trump as far as just a takeover on the red side.
I feel like more younger people are really seeing it for what it is. And now as we've been listening to and watching videos, we see more younger people are definitely going for Trump for president.
Yeah.
Even over Vivek.
Yeah.
Because they think about how he was in office and what all the gains that he made. And he's just, real.
Yeah.
We know he's not perfect. And I say it all the time. He's got things that he can do just a slightly different about, mouth control and all that. But at the same time, he's going to tell you like it is. And he's willing to work and negotiate where everybody can be all right and okay with whatever the decision is. And when Vivek said he's also a deal maker, I'm like,
okay, let's go.
Let's go then.
We need a deal right now.
Yeah.
We need a deal.
He's about making deals. And of course, being a big multi-billionaire when it comes to the companies that he's run,
Yeah.
and his mindset and his outlook of things is not coming from a political stance.
Yeah.
And he too is someone that was not versed in politics and comes from government, diving into the presidential race.
I think he really did it for me when he said that we're going to make sure that we don't admit the Ukraine into NATO. Because
I hadn't even got to the bullet points. We just talking. So
we
the
just
first
talking.
bullet
Okay,
point
okay,
is
go
that
ahead.
he's
Okay.
the first millennial to run as president.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of dope.
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. And
VP.
yes,
yeah.
when
VP,
Tucker was
Vice
talking,
President.
asking how he felt the country was doing, he said he thinks it's doing poorly. And of course, it has been done.
Only the Democrats think everything is running great. It is not.
180-degree turn.
Only Democrats feel like the world is running great. They're like everything's great.
They know it's not running great. That's a facade. How can the world be running great when your leader is corrupt?
Yeah.
Please, they want to wear these sunglasses and act like they don't see because it tints it. It just alters the perception slightly, but they know what's going on.
Yeah, they I don't know, man. It's that's the left for you. That's why things are getting funky and things are getting weird, and you got them preparing because I feel like I feel like the left is trying to get Biden out of there. They're tired of Biden. They want to get their faithful leader, who they want to be, Gavin Newsom. They want Gavin Newsom right there. And then so I think that's going to be that's another reason why you got to have you're going to have Trump and Vivek, because they start getting Gavin Newsom, then it makes a good bump. You know what I'm saying? A good fight. But I don't think Biden is going to be able. I don't even think he's going to run. I think he says he's going to run, but I think when next year sometime they're going to say that he out of it, or it's going to be some sickness or something that they're going to say, oh, why he can't run anymore. But I think it's time for them to go ahead and pull him out of there.
So the second point is,
Gavin
right, I want to keep on moving,
okay,
because you're about to keep on driving down the long road here.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, please land the plane. Please land the plane. Okay.
Bro, I swear I'm in social studies class with all the notes you got.
Hey. I got this.
You
Somebody
got too many notes. You got too many notes.
Somebody got to be the organized one, right?
Too
y'all?
many notes.
Hey,
There's too many notes.
It's time to dive in. We ain't playing.
This just in notes. Come on, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So one thing I liked about what he said was that he gave reasons as to why he felt the country was doing poorly. We lost faith, the patriotism, how the family structure is changing, depression, the wokeism movement, drug abuse, and why is our country in this state? And I felt like this point was really, really great.
Yeah.
Void from lack of purpose. That's right. We watch YouTube. Keep them in check. You know what it is. But I mean, I felt that was great. People are hungry for the real thing. They want to go back to what's real, the nuclear family values. We want to go back to real, solid core values.
And you're right, Mountain High. I haven't run into a business owner, white, Hispanic, black, that they can't stand Gavin Newsom out here. I don't care. Business owners cannot stand Gavin Newsom out on the West Coast.
How did he get elected in office then?
How
did he get in office? People voted for him.
So many spots I went into, you have a conversation with business owner, and they be like, yeah, but freaking Gavin Newsom. It's only...
Well, I wish I had known.
I think it must be only like San Francisco and L.A. are the ones that like Gavin Newsom, but the rest of California are not fan of Gavin Newsom.
Well,
especially when you get to because you got to think, man, it's only the main cities that are really like liberal. Right. Outskirts, when you start getting outskirts away from these main cities, they're more Republican. Right. But keep going. I'm sorry.
Cynthia, thank you, Cynthia. We really appreciate that. Trump wants peace through strength, not peace by walking away. He's tough. We need him. Exactly. Quote and end quote.
Cynthia, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
You're right. I love that. He is tough, and that's what we need. He's going to lay down the law and let you know. He said, one of the videos we watched, he said,
what?
He said, you got 5 minutes to call me back with your answer, or 15 minutes, or whatever he said. This was the time limit he gave them to make a decision. And they called back, he said, about 3 to 5 minutes and said, whoop-de-woo. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need.
We need a deal. And we need people. That would be so dope. You have two people that are not from the world of politics
and are no nonsense about when it comes to standing firm to their decisions. So back to a point you made was that we should not be using our troops to defend someone else's border around the world.
Yeah.
We should be using our troops for our own border in this country. And when I was looking, I was like, okay, wait.
Richard said it right. Richard said,
why are we over there? What does that have to do with us?
Richard Martin said, if Vivek were VP, he could reach more people than Kamala as VP. Absolutely. What is Kamala doing?
Of course.
You don't even see her.
And I want to be clear. When I voted for Gavin, I was on the left. And that was many, many months ago, whenever that went down.
When I voted for Gavin, it was just because I was looking through the list. Oh, that's a good name.
But I read about what he was.
I didn't.
Some of the things that he stood for and against whoever the other people were. And I thought that some of the things, but it didn't appear to me that it was what's going on right now. But nevertheless, anyway, I digress. But,
keep going.
Learn from the lessons in the past, or you will be making bigger mistakes going forward.
Yeah.
So key.
Who said that?
Vivek. I'm still on the Tucker Carlson live with Vivek. These are some of the comments that he made.
Yeah.
We have to end this war. Prioritize the interests of the U.S. citizens in this home, in our land. And that's the key. And that's not what this current administration is doing.
But our soldiers right here on our border.
They're not prioritizing us as U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
We should be first.
Yeah,
and we had that conversation the other day.
That's right.
We should be the main priority. We're the ones that are putting back into our, cultures, our communities, trying to build it up, wanting to help, wanting to help one another, want to learn, want to grow, paying our taxes.
Yeah.
We're the ones that's serving.
Yeah. No, I absolutely. I think Melissa said that we are in Ukraine because Ukraine is a huge laundromat for the Biden crime family, and that's why I feel it. I feel like we wouldn't even have nothing to do over there. Everybody's kind of like, why are we even involved in that? These people aren't part of NATO, and they'll never be part of NATO, and so why are we helping out? Because when you have your own personal agendas and you make the world back your personal agendas, so that when you get out of office, you financially straighter than you are. That's when the greed and corruption has run
Thank you,
amok.
LA Rams. Appreciate you.
When you put the country in danger because your greed, you are in the wrong. You are corrupt. You've been in
Welcome to the family.
politics too long. You need to go in your Corvette and spread all the papers that you done took, and you just need to lay on them.
So
going.
one thing that he said, and you and I were speaking about too,
Yeah.
our greatest threat, or the Russia-China alliance, is the single greatest threat the U.S. faces today. We are pushing Russia into China's arms by continuing to arm the Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it's sad that, we're being sold out for the sake of a dollar bill
Correct.
from the corrupt Biden family.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No,
That's exactly what's going on.
I just
How do we even get ourselves in that position? That's what I don't understand.
LA Rams, you're absolutely right. Joe Biden needs to go. It's time for that boy to go, man. It's time for him to get out of that old man to go.
It was a Twitter.
No more
tweet.
dope in the White House. No more dope in the White House. More dope in the White House.
It was a Twitter tweet this morning. I saw that somebody had posted Biden at the beach in his diaper. I said, y'all know y'all wrong for that. A sagging the pants. I'm like, and all the more reason why he served his time.
Yeah.
Let's just come on. What little bit of dignity left, if you have any? Now is your time to exit while you still can hold your head up slightly.
And on a side note, what happened to Ron DeSantis? He has disappeared. He is no longer the option.
Oh, that's on my list. But wait, before we
Okay,
get
keep
there, one of the questions was he said, based off of this Russia China alliance, how are we going to end this in a way that advances the U.S. interest? And that was my concern.
Okay.
With the Ukraine.
Yeah.
What does it have to do with us, and how are we going to come on top?
Yeah.
Because it seems like we are continuously getting the bottom end of the stick.
Yeah.
How is it going to benefit us and our citizens over here? How are we benefiting? We're not.
We're not.
Mm-hmm.
He is. And they will never be. It'll be years before they really just get deep into doing something about the Biden family. But those people, that man will never see jail time.
That's
They'll never
right.
see jail time.
Well, I honestly have a heart in being empathetic. I feel like he's too old. Even though they didn't think about that when it came to Bill Cosby, they still put him in there, but he wasn't the president. So, I feel like he still should be penalized. He should be consequented to the utmost.
Yeah.
But jail, come on.
Man, that man ain't not gonna see the thing of jail, man. But what we do need to do is time to get them out so we can get stuff straightened.
Exactly. Light Giver, love from Canada. The reason they want to eliminate Russia is because Putin refused to join the WEF. What's the WEF?
I think that's the other coalition. You know how we have NATO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that's the other coalition. Is that what you mean? Like, if you talking about the other coalition, the Moscow coalition over there?
But they have quite a bit of nuclear.
I don't know what WEF is. Y'all have to drop it down below what WEF, so I don't sound ignorant. But tell me what WEF. I know there was a coalition that we had. It's NATO that we have a coalition with, but they have another one over there that Russia is in. Okay.
The YouTube press says the single greatest threat we face today is our weakness to stand on our own without leaning towards others for guidance. We must protect forward with power, punch hard, punch fast. I think that's because Biden has been in office. I don't remember Trump having to lean towards anybody. He was handling things himself.
Yeah.
He was making deals. He was doing all the things that the previous administration wasn't doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was standing alone.
You know what I feel like what would have been better? I wish the whole ouchie thing didn't happen in his term. I wish that didn't happen in his term. I just wish that did not happen in his term.
Well, we can't worry about the water. I mean, that's water under the bridge.
It is.
So it's no need to even bring that up. There's not going to be no perfect person.
What I'm saying is he would have even more support.
Well, I still feel like his support has quadrupled since what's been going on. Right.
Now,
so that's what's relative.
Because you got people like us that see the value in him and it's like, hey, forget this side. We're going over here.
That's what's relative, though.
Yeah.
That's what's relative. I think people are starting to overlook some of his mistakes and accept him as a real person.
Yeah.
And
I like the truth. Man.
not
Give
put
me
him
the
off,
truth.
not putting him on a pedestal, accepting him as a real human, but a real human who truly cares for the nation, wants to see us all win.
I feel like Trump is.
That's how I really feel.
I feel
about
like Trump
him.
is the person. If they go in and tell him, hey, there's a meteorite headed to the Earth, Trump ain't gonna he gonna be like, I think y'all should pray. Something's coming, and they don't want to tell you, but it's very big, and it's life changing. You know, so I think he's a person
So
that would
listen.
tell you that wouldn't just let you go down the ditch.
No.
Like he will let you know that
Exactly.
something is coming.
No.
Y'all need to be mindful.
Take
this-
heed. Yeah.
Who is it? Okay, keep going.
No, go ahead and pull it up while I look
going.
for this. Okay. If you want someone to fix the problem, this is what Vivek said. If you want someone to fix the problem, you don't turn over the keys to the person who actually broke the thing in the first place.
Yeah, I thought he said that.
Now
on
that
point.
was a king statement.
He said on point.
You can't go back to the problem bringer if you want the problem solved.
That's like if you let a crackhead work on your car. You tell him, "Hey man, I want to put this motor in the car." Then the thing tear up and you take it back to him. He the
course.
one who put the back motor in the car.
Right. Exactly. So we know what that's referring to.
Yeah.
You want to read the super chat?
Like Giver said, World Economic Forum.
Okay.
Okay.
Klaus Schwab.
Carl Schwab. Global government and total control of us. Oh, okay. I got to do my research on what the World
Now, is
Economic
this
Forum does.
are those where they have the meetings and stuff like that? I can't think
Yeah.
of the documentary, but we gotten into that as well. Behold a pale horse, that type of vibe. Are these people that's meeting in the secret groups? Is that what you're talking? Is that what you're referring to, Light Giver?
Is that the world? Is that because y'all do know there are? We learned that
Well, that's the elite.
there are multi-governance. There's a government that we see, and there's a government ready to go if this
That's
one
the
fails.
elite. I feel
Yeah.
like that's the elite group. We're
Okay.
not talking about that. We're talking
Okay.
about
Keep
the
going.
elite. Okay, so he said, negotiate a deal. NATO never admits Ukraine to NATO. So the part of the deal would be NATO would never admit the Ukraine to NATO.
Yeah.
Putin would have to exit his military partnership with China and remove his nuclear weapons from Leningrad. So that was one of my concerns.
but that was-
Is
no, that was
they got
great.
out of nuclear weapons.
No, my concern was that we need to get out of this whole Ukraine thing so that Russia go ahead and steps away from working with China, because that's when we go into a problem.
But my biggest concern is what's going to happen in the interim for Trump to get back in office. All this time, we got a lot of time before November.
That's a lot of time. You got
What happens?
More than a year.
What is what is going to happen? How, is he ousted?
Yeah,
He needs to be ousted.
yeah.
He needs to be impeached and pulled out.
I think they're gonna I don't know what.
Because you can still be impeached, and then they can decide to keep you in office. That's what happened to Trump twice.
Yeah, but I don't. For some reason, I don't know. As they keep running through this whole thing with the Hunter Biden thing, they possibly may, but it would be maybe sometime to the end of the year, or maybe he would still be in office. Still, you see the little thing recently when he was with the little girl, and he was smelling her. I'm like, man, this
Oh, that was one of.
was like today. I'm like, ugh.
But it just came to me how
Hey, listen,
many of those countries.
Listen, it just came to me. This what came to me when he was sniffing a little girl. This is the head of the this.
Nobody
this,
on that.
Hey, him and his
I'm about to
people.
lose my thought.
Him and his people probably involved in all these billionaires that's trafficking kids. Hey, that way when you had notes. You got notes.
Focus, Vern. Focus.
I just want to talk.
Focus, Vern. Okay, y'all. So, but I was thinking, like, how the people how the people in the other countries, how people in other countries are so done with the government, and they all get down in and they go in front of whatever the Capitol building is in their country, and they all stand out there with signs and they protest, and then the I don't know if the government is overthrown. We know that is going to be very unlikely in our country, but however, if so many people were
Boom.
if so many people were to really protest about what's going on in all of the country and all of the states in the U.S.
Yeah.
You can't tell me they're not going to be hearing what the people would say.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But
I think
anyway, I just had
the
to say
country
that. I
has to
thought
get
about that.
The country, like,
No,
I don't know.
We don't. I don't think nobody does, or China.
What?
Want war with Russia or
No,
China.
we don't want war. Period. People want to enjoy life. Nobody want to be
Yeah.
thinking about.
And we
you
want
got
a
bombs
leader
going
who
over,
cares,
or
who cares about us as well as his family. Okay,
Yep,
let me keep on moving to my next
Shelley
point.
said 85,000 kids missing from our open borders, man.
That's
Let
a
me tell you,
shame.
it just made me.
That's
I don't know, man. It brought
unbearable.
me. I had some tears when I was watching this and watching The Sound of Freedom. It just did something to my spirit.
Let's dive in real quick about the January 6th. I like what he said about it. And that was also a point that they brought up on the Oversight Committee, how they were talking about that, asking how many undercover agents they had in the White House.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. January 6th, he said, was caused by pervasive censorship in this country in the lead. That's what led up to it. We couldn't speak. That is when people can't speak, they scream. You tell them they cannot scream. That is when they tear things up. They could not question.
Yeah, Hunter, I don't think it's- I don't-
you know what? They couldn't question that. We could not send a
I don't
text
think it's
on the
troops.
eve of the
I think
election,
our money though.
which Hunter Biden laptop was true, mandated to take the cycle of censorship in this country until we admit it. We will not be, we will not move forward. So the overall censorship and the lack of Americans being able to have their First Amendment right, that's what really led up to it. Not to blame
Oh,
it
you talking about
on Trump.
J6?
Yeah, because that's what he
J6,
said. We
yeah.
can't blame this on one man.
Yeah.
This is what led up to the January 6th.
Well, and you saw how Pence was trying to. They were booing that man.
Mm-hmm.
They were booing him for things he was saying. Especially they were booing him for that.
You know, I thought about when they threw a boot at George Bush's head.
You remember that?
I'm wondering why it hasn't happened to Biden. I just can't believe it hasn't happened
That
by
dude
now.
said, "I don't know." But
And
he
then
was like,
he ducked just in the nick of time. I was like, did you see that? That is the first ever.
remember what Mike Epps, comedian, said? Mike Epps said he was like, shout out to me. I'm that dude that threw the boot at George Bush's head.
Just like, what in
my
the
God.
world?
But anyway,
I
keep
don't know,
going.
I thought about that.
Go on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And the last point that I wanted to make
Okay.
that someone brought out is where's DeSantis? Where he just
Where
kinda just
is
ducked away.
DeSantis? Where is DeSantis? Where is DeSantis? Man, I had a lot more faith in DeSantis. Dude didn't even show up. Didn't even show up to the summit. And you're not even hearing about him, his campaign. You're not seeing nothing.
I think
And
he's kind of shying away. He's
I think so.
slowly
I think-
backing out.
I think so. I think he's seeing the fact that he has no chance at this. So I think he should keep doing a great job at governing, Florida.
Or tighten up and go back to your camp and reevaluate
No,
your
I think
campaign
now
and your launch.
Now that I'm saying he's doing a great job with Florida, but I think he needs to slowly back it on out of there when it comes to the country in general.
Okay.
That's what I say. But as far as
So you don't think he would have been a good VP? What y'all think?
I don't know, man. I don't think he have a chance, man. You got some
Well,
other
I'm
candidates that's
saying now.
kind of getting the gas. You know what I'm saying? Rick Atkins said the fact that Gavin Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew says
Wow.
everything about what the Democrat Party is all about. You guys rock. We appreciate it, Rick.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I
Did
agree.
not know that.
I saw that maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was like, is that real? And he is. He related. They're related.
Wow.
They're related.
And that explains a lot. It really, really does. It explains a lot.
I definitely Gavin ain't the guy. He the guy that make a mandate.
No.
If everybody ain't kissing each other, I'm gonna revoke your Social Security.
I think DeSantis is backed out because he,
Yeah, I believe he needs to drop out and stay in Florida too.
Well, he's backed out, or he's slowly pulling back because of
Yeah.
he's seeing how strong Trump is coming. He's seeing
Yeah.
how strong Vivek is coming.
Yeah.
Tim Scott is bringing some, making some noise. Kerry, so it's like I gotta. But don't pull out. Revamp.
No, I think he should just slowly back it on out because he see. But unless he gonna come out the woodwork with a bazooka, I don't see it. Like he's not
Regina-
doing anything. He's not being.
Hold on.
He's not there.
Regina said he took the money. It's too late. Okay, I remember hearing some stuff about that.
What, the Soros?
She said
the
he
Soros?
took the money. It's too late for DeSantis. Is that what's going on?
I think it was the money that he took from Soros. Yeah, I think so. From what I keep hearing that he took money from Soros, and if he did, you got to understand, man. It's only a couple of. Well,
I'm reading what Shelley said. Pence got booted with water balloon like the fly eating his hair when he debated.
I remember that.
Oh, them folks have always be throwing stuff, but I just for sure would have thought Biden would have got a boot by now. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Some of these Republicans, not the ones we're talking about mostly, but some of these Republicans like Pence, they want the war. They want all this stuff that the freaking left is doing. Man, we don't want war. People want to go enjoy life and not have to worry about that kind of thing, man.
Really is incrementally increasing. Has been increasing. I'm like, dang, look at this Dove body wash. It's $10 now, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
it started out at like $4.99, $5.99.
Yeah,
and then it slowly went up to $6.99.
Like, why is
and it's
stuff
like,
so
oh, it's
expensive?
$7.49. Now it's $8.99. I was like, dang. And the bottle is smaller.
Really?
It is.
They thinned out the
It's
bottle?
thin. It used to be wide. I was like, okay, I see what they're doing.
Soon they're gonna tell you just put a little bit in your hand. That's $25.
But this is what they want. This is how it benefits them and their big beneficiaries, these other multi-million-dollar companies that we purchase items from. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
I don't remember what I said. Yeah, but I things have gotten in hand. I'm starting to notice. I'm like, God, Lee, why is this so high?
DeSantis talking about him taking the money.
Yeah, Soros. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I ain't seen DeSantis step in. He didn't disappear into the. He didn't left. I think, man, like I said, man, I think he's amazing for Florida, but I don't know if he's gonna fit this one. Whereas I thought he was.
Yeah, obviously he is really it's dwindling down for him. I feel like
Heidi's is it Heidi?
Heidi.
Heidi said we Florida's love Governor Ron DeSantis to stay as Florida.
Yeah.
Exactly. I heard he's amazing in Florida, but I think it's just a whole nother arena going on when you're going for the country. And I thought he would have done fine, but I think he's just noticing that his campaign isn't strong enough, and you got some people that might not have taken the money that are really ready to step forward for this country and get it back on track, because it's not in track. It's not in track. And take that from a former Democrat. Yeah, it's not in track.
David, we're going. Trump is who we're going for president, not DeSantis. He said,
that?
"Would y'all support DeSantis for president?" No way. Absolutely.
In the past,
not.
I'm gonna say in the past when it was early talked about him running, I was for it. I was for Trump, and I was like, I want to see what DeSantis does. Now I'm like, no, Trump, and I want not even for
He was always trailing Trump for me, even though I was listening and paying attention to him more and wanted to dive into more of what he was, what he wanted to push. But as things began to unfold, and I just got to give it to Trump. I'm like, shoot, I got to step my game up, because you see him in one city and state one day, the next couple of days he over here, and he just don't seem like he missing a beat. Nope. And I'm like, okay, let's go.
Where you look at Biden be like, let me smell your skin. Hey, Jessica Martinez was saying, man, you see how small the cereal box it got? Yeah, I agree. That's just like I don't know about y'all, but now every time in the past, when you open a bag of chips, it was almost empty. Now they playing you. They open a bag of chips, it be one chip in there, $7. I'm like, y'all tripping.
Stores are shutting down in our town. Yeah, it's a lot of things that's been transpiring. That's not looking good. So I have wrapped that up with my notes for the Tucker Carlson and the Vivek Live. Yeah. So if you want to have any more points you want to say about it, but if not, we can move on to the other topic at hand. And I know we had talked about prepping, for a natural interference.
And
before we get into
start the intro, no, we're going. It's segueing.
I gotta go and check something real quick. Go ahead.
It's sick. They're gonna you
no,
when you walk
you
on.
won't see that. That's why I'm turning this.
Hey.
See?
Hey, so there. Just a segue into that, man. Dan Bongino. While we're going to the next topic is about prepping, because I saw this on Dan Bongino. I saw this with Lou when Lou was talking about it, and this is something that we also have been looking at for a long time too, man. It's been prepping and preparing yourself for what's to come, and with the administration that's in office, they're definitely going to lead into what's to come, and I think that everybody needs to get some form of preparation for yourself so that whenever what it is that happens, I still believe that it's going to be, it might be more internet wise, or I don't know if it's going to be health wise or whatever that is going to next thing coming, but you need to have some kind of preparation just in case people start cutting up, just in case you can't go to the store. So we were talking about, me and my wife were coming, Snapper, we were talking about how we can get things here locally and have things. We've been having a preppers kit for 10 years. No, for 12 years we've had a preppers kit and we've had food set aside, but it's still not enough. We were talking about how you need to get generators. You need to get your small, you can get them small. You can get your small set of walkie-talkies that at least go up. You at least get you a walkie-talkie that can go up to at least about 3 miles. The cheaper ones only go up to only so far. You got Midland, the Midland and the Garmin walkie-talkies that go up. Garmin has one that goes up to like 20 miles, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you started talking?
I have. I was telling you, go in there. What you talking? Go ahead. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
I have a couple of videos I wanted you to put in the description.
Okay.
As well, but and I just wanted to share with them.
What's the video so I can type it in, so I'm not just standing there, they hear me just.
Well, no, I have 2.
Yeah.
So I think and in the live description you can just put, after the video you can put these 2.
So
but I couldn't find the ones that we watched that actually showed the things that we listed on our list. So what I did was I went and it's, prepping for natural. I just put interference. It could be power outage. It could be, something major that's happened to us, weather, inclement, whatever the situation is. Are you prepared as a single family home, couples with families, children, whatever, with elderly? We don't think about these things.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't think about
just
these
on the
things.
pause, just on the elderly.
Wait now.
I'm saying I'm not gonna go too far.
Stick to the plan.
Oh, I can't say.
Stick to the plan.
I'm just gonna ask the people.
No, stick to the plan.
I can't ask them about.
When I finish.
Go ahead, but I'm asking. I want to see what other people say.
Okay, we can get opinions. That's fine.
Keep going. I got something I want to ask y'all. I want to see how y'all feel about it.
Okay, so I like the way this video broke things down.
Okay.
It made me feel like The Walking Dead and how the footage, meaning that it was like desolate, the mindset. But there are certain things that he suggests that you do within the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we should prepare for at least for 90 days.
Yeah.
Let's just say whatever this thing is, it won't exceed 90 days because of the resources that we have in America.
Yeah.
However, they said that we should at least prepare for a 90-day supply of whatever.
Yeah.
So within the first 24 hours, we need to be making sure we have water. And if you don't have water storage, like jugs, water bottles, then we need to be filling everything you can with water. And you need to have cash on deck to go to the store if you're not prepared.
Yvonne, drop the link to the Garmins. I was looking at the Garmins. Them things were like $317 per walkie-talkie on Amazon. So drop the one you talking about. I think I was looking. It was called Garmin Rhino 700 or something. It was like $317.
But within the first 24 hours, it's critical to make sure you have water if you don't have it, to get cash on deck, to put gas in your car. And you must decide within the 24 hours, are you going to stay or are you going to go?
For 2 years if something go down. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go. In Atlanta, we had started preparing and everything before we moved out here. We had our bins, we had lanterns, we had all that kind of stuff. But now we're building our, stuff back up. However, I felt like this was really, really good because they're telling you what you need to do in 24 hours.
Correct.
So those of you who aren't prepared, now's the time to start planning. But within the first 24 hours, those are the things you need. Now, coming into the second 24 hours, you need the first 48 hours is possibly you want to discuss with your other neighbors on how we're going to keep the community safe.
Yeah.
If you plan on staying.
Yeah.
But my question is, if you evacuate, where you going to go?
No, you need to stay in your home
Yeah.
unless it's
until
because you can arm and you can protect yourself and you can have the things more when you're better in your home. That's why I'm not a fan of big cities where people who not prepared will come trying to beat your door down. But your home is still going to be the safer place. I always think about, I be thinking about Walking Dead, man. They stayed in Walking Dead. They stayed in them houses as long as they could until you completely run out of supplies.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good show to go back and watch to see how these people were able to come together and plan and get the stuff in order. Because this is how he's pretty much telling you. You want to get your CBs and your ham radios, monitor radio channels, police scanners to hear the latest on how they're handling the disasters and is it a safer location.
And I was going to say, hey, we watch YouTube. Cash and gas. Gas is great. Cash is great for a period of time before it's no longer will be valuable.
Yeah, it's not going to be. You're not going to be able to barter anything with it
Yeah,
because the stores and stuff, and it's pointless.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Something else I was thinking about.
Yeah.
So within the first week, medicines and food will become scarce. You want to take a minimal inventory of your family. And he's telling you that you don't want to share the resources with your neighbors, meaning if they have something you need to make them barter goods or pay in some kind of way.
Yeah, bullet
But
and guns. I'm
when
with
you
that.
start sharing, people start knowing what you have.
Say alcohol.
And when you start sharing, people are going to be more alert as to what you have.
Yeah.
So you want to be very mindful of within that first week what you're going to be sharing and how you're going to do that.
Correct.
Remove waste with large trash bags from your living area. So you got to designate an area for waste because remember the toilet's not going to be
Melissa said,
working.
keep cigarettes to barter with.
Of course. And establish a night watch.
Yeah.
So I'll be up on coffee and espresso and then go to sleep and then your turn. And am I going to have anything to worry about on your watch, boo?
That's why I said, man, we definitely
No. Am I going to have anything to worry about on your watch?
be sleeping just with my shotgun, just like this.
And the minute you sleep, exactly.
Boom!
No, thank you. And then you says, you want to make sure that if there's still protection provided by the police, and they said you'll probably still be having the patrol, we'll probably be on martial law, but this is within the first week.
Yeah.
Now, the second week is when stuff is really going to start getting chaotic.
Yeah.
People are going to start breaking into stores, crime,
Because your
looting will
food
arise.
supply would have gone out.
Yeah, for the average person,
Yeah,
they're
it would've
not
gone out.
prepared.
Yeah.
Crime, looting will arise, stores will be looted, militia, small groups are going to be sticking together trying to raid. Never reveal all of your supplies. So this is once again something else that he said.
And they need to make MRIs. They need to make MRIs a lot cheaper. MRIs are
MRIs?
kind of expensive. They're the ready to go
Hand me that
meals.
napkin, please.
The ready to go meals. They need to make them a lot cheaper. Okay.
MRIs.
Yeah.
Well, one guy said you don't have to just do the powder stuff. That's on my list to talk about other like food items you can get. But also, he mentioned about keeping your smells down to a minimum. I mean, I don't know how you can do that. Ain't nobody else cooking on the block but you. You don't think they're gonna smell it? I mean,
I always thought about. I always thought about
plastic up your windows.
I always thought about like smells. Like, what if you can't? You have the water ain't running no more. And
Well, that's the trash bag. He said you have to be able. That's the removing waste from with large
Tyrone
trash
Biggums.
bags. I mean, you
You
got to
gotta do
have
them
some
trash
type
bags.
of. You got to have some type of. I don't know, box. And that's something for campers. What do campers use when they go camping? They got a little mini toilet or whatever they have. That might be what you might need to have when you have no water system.
yeah.
Because that's what I was saying. Okay, so what's going to happen to the toilet? It's going to be you won't even be able to stay here. It'll be smelling so bad. So that wouldn't be the ticket. So that's something to look into, guys. If your toilet and stuff is not working, you need to think about the things that campers use when they are tenting out in the camp. Okay,
Heidi said,
backpackers.
you're an army wife. You ain't plenty of MREs. I'm sorry. You're right. MREs. Yeah, you're right. Like, my dad used to bring them home, man. And they used to last forever.
Oh, that's the
They
dehydrated
used to
stuff.
come in that little brown colored packaging and
Oh.
stuff like that. I think they still do. And they last, and it's got different meals in there that are preserved to last for a very long time.
Okay.
They're high sodium, of course. They are.
Potatoes and rice. That's right.
You go 2 years off just eating them MRE, boy, that blood pressure going to be off the roof.
So by the third week,
you're going to be alive, though.
By the third week, if cars are on the road, that could lead to potential danger. That means people are going to be scouting out. That could be a trap or something. So it's going to be shut down. And I just thought about the the electric cars.
See, that's another thing. That's why I'm not a fan of electric cars at all, That's why I'm not a fan of electric cars. You know why? Because
Lou.
electric cars need electricity. And what if everything's down? You just stuck. Go back up.
Lou
Shout out
said,
to Lou.
Thank
What
you,
got?
thank
What you
you.
said on that, Lou?
Vivek has officially passed. Yeah,
Vivek.
Okay.
Love you. Go back up. Said love y'all and everyone in the chat, man.
Thank you
shout
so
out,
much.
Shout out to Lou, man.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Definitely
Love you
go
too,
watch
brother.
Lou, man. Lou is he's super informative, man. Super thorough.
So I feel like the people that have the electric cars are really going to be, if that's your only vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
you going to run out on the side of the road.
Like remote control cars.
I'm just saying, it's going to stop. That ain't what you want. You may as well stay where you are.
That's why another reason, man. Hey, that's why, because they're going to they're making it mandatory to have all electric cars here by the year. I think 50 or something like that. That's another thing. If you already have a system that can't support the electric cars that we have now to the capacity, how you going to have that? And imagine having that. It already can't hold the.
It hasn't passed. They're trying to implement. I don't think that law is passed.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, I thought that has passed.
No,
man, I'm gonna have to go do my research.
Yes,
I thought that already passed already.
I don't think it has. Because I don't think it has.
Do you remember? I don't know. Nah, forget that, man. Gas powered cars, man. You need gas. Gas is the solution to go long term, and gas will be something bartering. People going to barter gas.
Also, by the third week, that you should delegate roles based on your levels of expertise, and this is in your community. So if you are an expert at, let's say you've been in the service and you know how to.
You got too much stuff in my mouse area. I can't reach it. Got a whole iPad here. Go ahead.
If you have been in the service, you know how to help set up, security and all that, then that's your area.
Yeah.
Medical, if you have training in medical, then you should be the one to go to if anyone needs medicine or stuff like that. But whatever your level of expertise is, if you're a prepper and you can offer things.
I didn't think about that. He said, we watch YouTube, says one thing people do not think about is pest control. Once a few weeks goes by, the pests are going to start taking over. You're absolutely right.
No, didn't think about
You're
that.
absolutely right. Lou said
That's a great idea.
Y'all definitely got to look into the World Economic Forum. That's what somebody else just said.
We'll write that down.
We need to look into the World Economic Forum. So I need to see what the World Economic Forum is. That must be something about what's going on or how to deal with what's going to happen. But I tell people that you need to have some kind of preparation. It is going to go down. We've been talking about prepping. We've been on that kind of thing since when we were dating. And we've been together for almost next year will be 14 or 15 years.
We started dating in 2009.
Yeah. And we've been talking about prepping for the longest, man. We've had multiple prep kits. We've had this. We moved multiple places where we couldn't take it, man. We had so many bins of prep stuff that we accumulated over the years that we couldn't bring.
But yeah, we got it now.
We got it now.
And also it says, don't forget all of your food stores.
Yeah.
So I guess you need to make sure that you're storing your food properly and set up a drainage system for like water.
For sure.
For water.
Yeah,
like
but
a rain is love. The one thing about now, this is the season in California where it doesn't rain.
Yeah, we only get rain. We only get certain seasons. I mean, sometimes we get a lot more than we normally expect, but rain ain't the most common thing here in California.
He also mentioned about 90 days worth of dog food for your pet.
That's
also, I thought about that.
Pet my butt, boy. You get down to the vet, everybody eating out that dog ain't eating kibble.
No. Oh, you might can eat the kibble.
So you telling me if all we got left is dog food, we got a big old yellow bag of dog food.
No,
that dog food is going to look delicious.
No, I'll be bartering with the neighbors. We will always have beans.
Hey, listen.
I will make sure we have pinto beans.
Listen.
Black eyed peas.
Listen.
Red peas. 15 bean soup. Don't play.
If the dog food is left, it's going to be dog stew. It's going to be dog cereal. We're gonna be full stomach malnutrition.
Stop it. Let me go back. That's true. Lou said it's globalism, the push for a new world order, central digital currency, unelected officials making the call for our future. Exactly.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It is.
I want to go back. You remember that guy? I don't remember. I told you just when the whole thing with the before when the 2020 happened, right? And then the cough came, and then there was this guy who predicted and he talked about it was coming. I wonder, does he have any more information about whatever? It's almost like an almanac. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know who the guy is.
I need to look it up. It was this big
remember.
thing. This guy talked
Yeah.
about exactly what happened and where it came from.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, it be dog food eating over here, boy. If that's what's left,
You would be eating dog food, baby.
you be eating dog food too.
Okay. No, thank you. 1 to 2 months, he knows I be hiding stuff. So the wife will have some beans here, trust me. 1 to 2 months after we're in, as a prepper, you will be a valuable asset to your community. People will know what you have. Work with and not against your neighbors.
That pipe guy, he said my grandmother was a kid in the Great Depression and told me it was common for people to eat dog food.
Okay.
See?
That's because it's common, don't mean. He said pinto beans take a lot of energy to cook. Better know how to make a rocket stove. Hey, stop it. I mean, you could do it in a crock pot if you got power, but we're talking about having a hot plate. But, canned pinto beans.
You better put some water in that
If
cereal.
they already cooked in a can, it's not going to take long. And we have, we're using quite a bit of canned, beans for our part of our
Yeah.
prepping. Do we have any dry?
Yeah, we got
had
dry.
some- We
We
had
got dry.
plenty. We did?
We got
Okay,
dry.
I thought we gave some away.
Yeah.
Threw some away. Okay. Let's see. What else? So when he says people will know what you have, that means as you can't hoard your resources.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to kind of barter, because as it gets slim and people still seeing you coming out and they smelling odors, you don't want an angry mob at your door. So you're going to have to still just gauge that the best way you can. And 3 months, he says, help is not coming. You have to establish a community. So if you and your community, you have developed, some roles.
Dog food just a lower grade than hamburgers. Listen, I feel like I was wondering, even when we get the proper president in office, I feel like we're still going to run against the level of the inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're still going to have the level of something's going to go down it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That it just after so many years on this planet, we run into these things, and then biblically we're running into a time that God talks about this in Revelations about the signs of these birth pains and things that come. Mm-hmm. And I think there's no president in office that will be able to stop that.
Well, yeah,
I'd rather the proper president be in office so that some of this ridiculous stuff that's going on in the world eased out. But as far as the natural disaster of life, I feel like it's always a time. Just like almost how many years go by and then there's a recession. There's how many years go by before there's a natural disaster that will hit everybody's home.
I think that the Republicans want war with China.
No.
Think that.
Republicans want war, not the ones we're going for want war. Now, you still have a lot of presidents that a lot of Republican candidates that are for war. Not the ones we're going for, though.
Yeah.
Vivek, Trump are not for war. So, no. The Republicans, there are Republicans that's got the same agenda as the Democrats. Mm-hmm. We ain't going for those.
Okay. So 3 months in, guys, help is not coming. You have to establish a community, know your locations. You're going to need maps, CBs, ham radio, and radios. You will at least need 90 gallons of water per person for the first 90 days, which includes cleaning and cooking.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of links I'm going to share, but this one video too talks about survival food.
Yeah.
And then I'll share with you the list that we have. So he talked about rolled oats, oatmeal,
them
fresh
last forever.
honey, alcohol. So this is your drinking alcohol, because it can be used for more than just drinking.
Yeah.
So it can be a fire starter. It can be used for antiseptic wounds. They even had a video on how to do it, like make it as hand sanitizer. So drinking alcohol could serve way more purposes than just drinking.
Mason jars are amazing. That's the most thing that I've never seen a jar preserved so well like a mason jar.
Apple cider vinegar, powdered milk, canned tuna, whey protein, water and water filtration, dry beans, rice, pasta, mashed potatoes, spices, vitamins, your D3, potassium, magnesium, multivitamin, oils, if you want to use for cooking, and beef jerky.
Beef jerky. Ooh, beef jerky. It don't have to be It don't have to be
But he's
an issue
naming
coming
some
in out
good
and enjoy some
stuff.
good beef jerky every now and then.
So for us,
You gotta
we
have
had-
bullets. You gotta, you missing where the guns at?
Well, this is our list that we've created was, we had an idea of if something were to happen and we weren't together. We're together about 95% of the time.
Yeah.
But 5% of the time, he may be running errands, I may be here, or
Yeah.
I'm doing something and he's here. So we need to have walkie-talkies or some type of communication in the car, because most likely one of us will be home and the other person will be in the car.
Yeah.
So if you don't have access to the cell phone, because of course cell phone is your first go-to, but if
CB
you don't have access, you need
Ham radio, walkie-talkie.
and you need to have a destination that you're going to meet the person.
That's
if there's
true.
no
coffee to cut the hunger. Yeah, you said coffee.
Yeah.
You gotta have coffee to cut the hunger.
if you I didn't say coffee, but that's a good point. I was going to say you need to have a plan as to where you're going to meet, or what's happened if you don't have, let's say you don't have a walkie-talkie and you have no cell phone access. What do you know to do with each other in this point? Let's just say the person is driving, you're at home, or something happens. Do you have a meeting destination? How long are you going to wait for that person? Our meeting place is going to be our home, wherever we're living.
Yeah.
Is going to be there, and we're going to wait as long as we can wait for the person to return
get there, yeah.
until it's unless you just mandatory have to be evacuated. But hopefully, we plan on waiting there for the person to return. And that's when we say, wait for as long as you can for your spouse, or until evacuation is mandatory. And even if it is, act like you're not there and still wait.
Snowflake said, "What are we preparing for? Have you heard something, or just what is it? What is it ultimately coming?" Things are matching up biblically, and not just that. We are getting things in our spirit about things to come. It's been prophesied. It's been come out that something else is coming.
It could be a power outage.
It could be
for
a power
2
outage.
weeks,
Because think about
you know?
it. Think about it. Think about it. If you lost power for a minute of time, that means no internet. That means no lights. That means it limits everything if you can't see. Stores
So-
out. It'd be hard getting food. Just those simple things, by
Right.
losing those, change everything.
Yeah. So even if it's a power outage for 2 weeks or a month, what do? Everything that we use is power ran.
Yeah.
So no lights, can't cook unless you got a gas stove. But many people, don't have gas stoves. But if you do, that's great. But still,
Pug on you right. You gotta have some sugar. It'll last forever. You just have to keep it sealed, or you get them little bugs that just roll around there.
and even if anything, turned to, where are you guys, self-defense
Mushrooms are
trained?
manna from heaven. The manna.
What?
Not the manna. He
What
said
did it-
mushrooms are manna
Oh.
from heaven. He said they.
Some form of self-defense, don't want to ever have to use it, but in the event that you do, you can defend yourself. Weapons, walkie-talkies. We are truly for
But
our
and on the
amendment.
side note, Biden already had said that low key that preparing for the next one that's coming up. So I believe, of course, there's gonna be another one coming, man. We coming to them birth pain seasons biblically that all this stuff start happening. Rumors of war, all that stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
Don't panic.
Right.
Panic. You gotta just prepare. I say pray, prepare, plan.
Right.
I think that's the same thing.
I hear what you're saying, Bobby, but nevertheless, whoever you decide to vote for, more power to you. We know where we're going and who we're voting for. So, and I'm just going to say this. There are people on both sides of the parties that may have their own agendas in mind, may have, other ulterior motives that may present or may not present. But overall, based off who we support and what we want to go down, that's how we moving.
Yeah.
So, there's no perfect person, and you can't even expect, to be when it comes to political government. So, moving right along.
Shockwave radar. I need to look that up. Shockwave radar. I know of ham and CB and walkie-talkies, but I've never heard of shockwave.
we got
Solar
these
panels
things-
are dope too. That's why we want to get ourselves out to the desert.
Now, we got these things from one of the channel. I wish we had the video. They suggested these LED rechargeable lights, 1800 watt Opus regenerator, and 1600 generator rechargeable, a solar power, power bricks, emergency battery operated AM band, small bundle heater. This is if you live in a state where the temperature may fluctuate, it may get really cold. Flashlights, batteries, battery powered hot plates, tent, Vesta heater and cooking, rechargeable lighter, butane lighter, water filter, filtration system, Bernie filters, toiletries, and paper towels. These are things that you can have in your small space.
And also, we may make a separate video because you about to go from top to bottom. From left
that was
to right.
it. But this is the list specifically that we
make a video
talk about.
on prepping too.
We spoke about for ourselves. What I gave in the very beginning is
Ooh,
what
alligator
they
meat.
suggested.
That seems like it tastes delicious.
What they
I've
said
had
that they
some.
suggested for, what these are the steps to take in the event something happens, and it's like a major thing, and you want to do certain things within the first 24 to 48 hours. But you have to create a list based off your need, your desire, and what you feel as though you're going to need for your household. And the list that I just shared is something that
You got to have freeze-dried food. You got to have.
is something that we wanted. This is like our starter list of things that we wanted to get in the event. It can even be a power outage. You're going to need flashlights. You're going to need batteries.
Yeah.
You might not need no tent. That was for the fact if it's cold, you want to keep your heat localized to one area. The tent is going to keep you guys, keep you warm. So just wanted to share this because we know we talked about it. We hadn't dropped it, and we've just been seeing certain things come up, and we don't know what's to come for, it could be a power outage,
It could
whatever
be another.
the situation
It could be another
is.
virus. It could be.
But at least you have some type of resource to get you going if you haven't prepared.
I didn't
And
think
then-
about noodles. Don't. Yeah. Them,
Of course.
Them
Well, yeah, that's
them top
pasta.
ramen. Them ramen last 100 years.
Exactly. That's one of the things that all you need to do is boil water, and you can.
Venus, dehydrator is good, but what if you don't have power? Dehydrator needs to plug up.
And it makes a lot of noise. Yeah, it makes noise. We have one.
Hey, my baby was trying to dehydrate compost from the
Juicer.
The juicer. Man, I ain't never taste. I thought I'd rather had the dog food.
Fire to cook. Yes, Kelly. Not no apartment, no. It would be like a battery operated hot plate. When I saw that on the video, I was like, that's what we need.
Ooh. What y'all know? Ooh, alligator, boy. I ain't had some of that. Every time when I last time I had some alligator was in Florida. It was so good, so chewy.
Alligator. Yucky smucky.
Snake is good. I've had snake. Snake is good.
And the last thing that I have on the list, well, the last couple of things, is Sounds of
Did they make
Freedom.
did they make a vegan snake? Is that what you want, a vegan snake?
No.
All right, so Sound
Veggie
of Freedom.
burgers.
Sound of
Veggie
Freedom,
burgers.
man. Y'all keep on staying on with us, man. We just had a few topics that we talked about, but now we want to talk about on this last topic, which is the last one, right? Sound of Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the Sound of Freedom was so hard hitting, y'all, and I don't know, man. I feel like for it to be such a big business, that the elite people, the people that smell the little kids, all these people, the people had a hand in this stuff. The NBA, all these sports teams, these people have a hand in this trade.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that I was told that Disney had a large part in the child trafficking trade?
So I've heard, but I wanted to ask, since we did the video, have any of you guys done anything, educated yourself on it, or since then, many of us are already aware, like, are you taking action in your area, any nonprofit organizations that you are following up with, or has it moved you? If you haven't seen it, what you've heard, what you know about it, what trailers you may have watched, has it moved you to take action? Because like I said, for me, was once, I heard about it, I knew about it, we served in the community where we live, the homeless people, but I feel like, I still was far removed, and even being connected, to an organization that serves that community, it still was far removed because I had never really felt like I experienced it through the movie, and being that close to it, it was like, okay, this is like the for real deal. So just wanted to know if you guys how you felt about the movie. Are you taking a stance in doing anything to shift it? Are you putting posts up? Are you sharing things on your Insta story, Instagram? Because, we're good for talking about things that,
she said she flips off the guy that's he must be on the pedo list, and she flips him off. He lives down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's so tough, man. And you see how, like, Trump is has been meeting with, I think, Tim Ballard. I think they've been meeting and talking about that. That is the most ridiculous form of slavery ever. You know, we had, of course, people only think about chattel, but this child trafficking slavery is far beyond numbers. Unbelievable. And it makes me think, like, when I see sometimes now when people with their kids, it's like, man, do I have to think about, like, is this really the child's mama with them?
Carnage said the fact the media is calling it a conspiracy should wake up some normies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just,
And,
they're just
I mean,
conspiracy. What?
Come on.
So
they have real footage.
150. Dang, it was live footage of people snatching the kids. Was that fake?
Exactly.
Were those actors?
I'm like, come on.
No,
now.
man. Come on, bro.
I don't
Yeah, come
understand it. You know, I think that if that wasn't an eye opener, you know, and for Mel Gibson to really be supporting it, promoting it, being a part of the movement, should say something.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, man. That's the first time I had tears in a movie theater, because I couldn't believe how massive it was, because no one is talking about it. It's not out there. Nobody's talking about it. They're not talking about it. The Democrats are the only thing they talk about. They were talking about racism. Please, we got real people,
Nobody
real
on that.
children that are going through it, and real family members that will not, more than likely, will not see their kid again. Think of how many people that are in the prostitution ring that are grown now that came through these. You never think about some of these prostitutes that came through these things, and that's why they are where they are.
Yeah.
You never think about sex workers coming through these funnels as kids, and now they are where they are. And even these traffickings, they have adults, they have teenagers, they got little bitty children.
Yeah.
150 billion.
So if you haven't, you know, shared it, if you haven't seen the movie, guys, go and check it out. It's so crucial and so critical that, you know, we share this information and take a stance, you know, from the smallest to the largest, whether you donate, whether you put a post up, you know, give information, find an organization near you to be able to send money to. You know, it's just imperative that we really look at things that are meaningful and stop, you know, focusing on things that are meaningless. So there's an organization that we're connected with called Rise Above Defeat.
Rise Above Defeat.
We'll put the comments in our comment section as well.
Okay.
It's also where you can find them.
Rise Above Defeat.
And they are having an event in September, just to September, to raise the level of awareness. So if I get the post, I'll send it so you can also put it in there and see if you're in the local area out here, you'll be able to show up and just share, you know, and discuss it. Because now I think it's becoming more surreal. Is, you know, people are tuning in, but we have to tune into the things that we need to tune into and tune out the stuff that really, you know, can be saved for a later date.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Correct.
And the last final thing, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Our ebook is coming out very, very soon. We're going to be dropping the pre-sale for it, you know, and here's why it's here's why it's important, or here's why it's important to start your own YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you any money. Something that you have, the world wants to know. Everybody, we all have our gifts and talents, sharing of information, education, you know, showing people how to do things. There's so many content creators out there, guys, that it's amazing as to what you do that you're sleeping on, that you're not even thinking about, that you could be recording and sharing with others and generating an income for yourself.
Correct. So,
and we give them one more reason why it's important, you know, it's worthy that you can to start a YouTube. You know, here's why you want to start a YouTube channel.
Because if I say, man, anybody has a voice, anything you have something to say, something you're great at doing, something you, a skill that you have, that you've been holding it back. That's why you need a YouTube channel. Remember, the richest place on earth is the graveyard. So many people die with their gifts and they can't take them with them. They just, and nobody experienced their gifts. So I say, everybody, if you have a gift, something you're great at, something you're good at, I guarantee you, man, everybody on this list everybody who's in the list that don't have a YouTube channel, it's probably something you're great at.
And it's something
people can't touch.
And something you can do.
It's dope. Yeah.
While you're, you know, working. If you are, you know, sharing time with someone else, you're working a job, is something that you can still do in the interim.
Okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, so we wanted to share that with you.
And also the giveaway. We're ending the giveaway August 20th. Did we say
15th.
August 15th?
Yeah.
August 15th to cut off for the giveaway. We want to make sure that whoever the winner is gets their phone. But we still have some slots open for people that want to join the giveaway. Of course, you go to aura.com/SIBO and Snapper. Sign up for the free trial. Send me the screenshot via the email. It's me responding to you at SIBOandsnapper@gmail.com. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flag you and make sure I put you in the list for the giveaway so I can give away a phone.
Right.
Yep. Wow, that was a
Hey.
lot.
Thank you, Venus. Yeah, I mean, this was really, really great. And it's time, it's so much going on.
Thank you,
I
Venus.
wanted
Yeah,
us to be
California.
able to tap into what's current, and that's what we're doing. We dive into history from a world view, pop cultural trends,
Yeah, all the above.
controversial topics, and politics from a conservative Christian perspective. So this is what we're about. We're not afraid to dive into conversations and get controversial.
That's right.
We're still learning. We don't know everything, and we let you know what we know, and what we don't know, we'll definitely dive deeper to find out more about it.
For sure.
Yeah. Love you guys.
We
Appreciate
love y'all
you.
guys. Thank y'all for coming out here and joining us on this live on this beautiful Friday. You preparing your families. You get to learn what we learn. You probably know more than us, and we learning and we get learning as we go, man. Something always new popping up every single day.
And there's so much information out there. It's like, man, I start from the time I wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed, and you start listening and putting things in your mind. Just be able to discern from fake news and the real news. Make sure you're checking your resources.
And some of it you have to
and
take a
getting-
break from because it'd be so much. You'd
It
be like,
is.
oh my God.
But you have to still be able to discern from the fake news to the real news. So keep on.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, John McJunkins.
Yeah,
C1
thank
Snapper,
you.
Just to say I became one of your newest subscribers. Love y'all. We love y'all too, man.
Thank you so
y'all
much.
Good night, man. In
Thank you,
Jesus'
Michelle.
name, man. I thank y'all,
Amen.
man. I pray that y'all have a great day, great night, great week. We'll see y'all next Friday.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Be
Peace.
safe. Bye.